As soon as I finish recording this video, I am gonna go work out. And when I go and I do my workout, the first thing that my trainer is gonna have me do is she's going to have me do a warm-up. The reason that you do a warm-up when you're working out is because it gets your muscles ready to work, it gets them moving, and it helps your brain and your muscle make a connection together, which when working out we call the mind-muscle connection. And once you get that mind-muscle connection established, it helps your workout to go a lot smoother. Now, most of us have probably heard of doing a warm-up before you exercise, but have you ever considered or thought about the importance of doing a warm-up before you start your articulation speech therapy sessions? So just like how a warm-up is kind of a lighter version of the exercise or the workout you're about to complete, your speech therapy warm-up is going to be a lighter, easier version of the workout you're going to be putting your tongue through in your speech therapy session. So just like you're working your muscles in a workout, your tongue is a muscle, your lips are a muscle, and we need to establish that mind-muscle connection. So what this looks like is you pick your target for the session, and you know as a therapist what level your student should be at. For example, let's say they are at the word level. For the warm-up, what I would do is I would go back to the syllable level, and we would do 10 or 20 trials at the syllable level where they should be able to get 100% accuracy. And we would do this before starting our activity for the day. What this does is, again, it establishes that mind-muscle connection. It helps your student to reassociate, remember what we've been working on and remember where my tongue goes and get ready for the session. If your student is working at the syllable level, then we would, step that back to working on that sound in isolation for our warm-up activity. Again, we would just do it maybe 10 or 20 times. Hopefully the student should have a good accuracy. And then we would move on to our main workout of the day. Now, if your student is working in isolation, you are at the very bottom of the articulation pyramid, then my warm-up would be reviewing tongue placement. So the warm-up would just be, okay, tell me where your tongue goes when you make your sound. And, we would make it on the puppet, we would do some tactile stuff, and that would be our warm-up for the activity. One little thing that's a little tricky, it does not work quite so clear-cut with your R, particularly your vocalic R. Sometimes you can get, your students, okay, we're gonna be working on words today. Let's say in isolation 10 times or 20 times. But if your student is not able to make that in isolation yet, sometimes my warm-up activity will be my starburst activity, and I will link up here. You can see it shooting up for you to go back and watch that video if you want to know how I do that, and that just helps to facilitate tongue placement, and we'll do that as our warm-up for R sometimes if these other strategies don't work. So the really cool thing about doing these speech therapy warm-ups is that the accuracy for the rest of your session is actually a lot higher if you establish that warm-up period. And that's what we call it in my room. Okay, let's warm up our tongue. And then once they get their tongue in the right place, after that, like their entire accuracy for the session is so much better. So that's one reason, another reason that I love to do these warm-up activities. We do the warm-up activity, we do our main activity, and then sometimes, we'll do like a little finisher activity. So if you don't know what a finisher activity in working out is, it's the last set of your workout that is meant to finish you off. You are supposed to be going as hard as you can. You're putting everything in the tank in this finisher. For speech therapy, our finisher is just kind of finishing up, getting as many trials as possible as we can of these words, not necessarily in any activity. We just say these words, 10 times or 20 times. Sometimes we have time in the session to do it. Sometimes it looks like us doing it walking down the hall back to class. It just depends. But that is, again, the importance of doing a warm-up in your speech therapy sessions. And I hope you take this and you implement it and it helps your sessions go a little bit smoother. If you like this video, please go ahead and like it, and then subscribe to the channel, tell your friends about it. It just helps more people find these videos. So I appreciate it, and I hope y'all have a great day.